is there, and that is the coach of Burkina Faso. And again, that they will love to let the ball prepared. And it would be Togo to get us started. Togo in yellow, playing from right to left, with the referee blowing her whistle. Burkina Faso, who is warrior in goalpost, and they are not in a haste to send the ball to the half of Burkina Faso, whilst the Burkinabés are waiting. Strategic approach by the Togolese, and there they set forward with a very glorious chance. Goalkeeper 𝗪𝗪𝗦 had to be Togo. And then free kick to Togo. 𝗪𝗪𝗦 to defend. Sent it in ahead of Togo. Just to whisk her away. Tatiana needed just a tap in to complete what they started in reference to their build-up. Goal kick to Togo. Goal kick to Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso via the 20 women's team. They were involved in qualifiers ahead of the World Cup. To Togo for Linda ends Burkina Faso free kick. Togo. Jessica, but Burkina Faso reclaim possession. Less than 5 minutes, but we've had at least something to be elated about.
Depuis hier, j'ai constaté ça. Pas ce soir. Plaisir que j'ai contacté ça.
Freak.
Je cherche un autre lien pour voir si on peut le voir là-bas.
Helbies.
Bon, les dents me disent que d'accord quoi. Mais bah t'es trop bon lien voilà je dis non temps. Il y a les dents me disent. Que on oublie d'abord en Afrique pour nous au jour hein.
Long range pass aimed at finding Togo at the 20 on the other hand. The qualifies to launch. Yeah. To Helby. Togo. Amra. So free kick. Tatiana winning free kick at a very good position for Togo. Linda was strategic with that foul, but the referee realized that that should be an advantage for the Togolese. Fauziatu, the goalkeeper of Burkina Faso. She wants a firm wall constructed. And there should be a chance for at least Togo to have the first goal. Idaya Salifu for Togo. Idaya to take. Will she go for goal or give an assist? It hits the wall. Not the best of free kicks taken by Salifu. Latifatu of Burkina Faso, but Linda has to come and help out. Linda for Burkina Faso. The ball crosses the line. So since matches in Group A have been played, it means that Group B are having their turn, and Ivory Coast would be having their next game. But for Ivory Coast, that will be their first game altogether in the coming week. Congo Adama for Burkina Faso. Free kick. At least she gets a free kick for head troubles. If you look at how the teams are playing, you will definitely realize that these are teams that know themselves very well. Togo played friendly with Benin as their final friendly to wrap up their preparations for this tournament, and they were beaten 2-1 by Benin. But that is friendly. This is the major tournament, their first game as such. What is needed is the results. Free kick 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to take for Burkina Faso. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 sends quite a good delivery. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, Burkina Faso. Another attempt by 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 blocked. Latifatu to Salamatu Kunde. Corner kick. Corner kick. The first of the game going in favor of Burkina Faso. Gloria needs to ensure that she defends that. Burkina Faso, a very long corner kick taken, which overhits. 10 minutes, Burkina Faso 0, Togo 0. Latifatu straight to Salamatu, and Togo are taking their time to build. Idaya Salifu. They get a throw in. The women's under-20 tournament that Ghana is hosting has seen different results being recorded. Kuvi for Togo. Goal kick. Fauziatu. Jessica for Togo, back to Akuvi. But 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 and Burkina Faso are on the offensive. Burkina, free kick to Togo. Huge job done by Idaya Salifu of Togo. She knew that getting herself in front of 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 would give her the advantage. So these girls are well tutored, and when they are on the field, they just have to give out what has been thought in the dressing room. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 by Ameli of Togo ensures that the possession goes in favor of her side, and Togo building from behind. As they continue their quest of getting the first goal in this game. Linda Munifatu of Burkina Faso. The first touch, which was good, was intercepted. Salifu Idaya all the way to Kovi. Kofi sent the ball back to Ajovi. Linda overheating with that touch. 15 minutes is still goalless. But that wasn't the situation in the opening game for Group B. Nigeria had their first goal in 2 minutes. That tells you their intent. And as much as these two teams can't be compared to that of Niger, they are also special in their own area. Togo. Munifatu at a very good position for Burkina Faso. And Togo are having a player on the ground, but referee is playing the advantage since the Togolese are stolen possession. A strike on goal off target. Goal kick. 𝗪𝗥𝗦𝗏 of Togo. That was when she picked that knock. Even before Amivi came out with that solo effort. So it's WAFU tournament, first of its kind. If you just joined, that is what you are watching, and this is a game involving Burkina Faso, who are in white, playing from left to right in the first period, against Togo, who are in yellow and playing from right to left. Tatiana. Tatiana to Jessica. These two teams haven't fared badly at all. Goal kick. It hasn't been a one-sided affair. It's been an end-to-end stuff. Ajovi. Congo Adama of Burkina Faso. Congo miscues. Linda. Congo Adama once again with a different attempt. Salamatu with that poor kick. Empty goal post. After goalkeeper Gloria had committed, she just needed to come up with an accurately and technically good strike. Salamatu should have made it better by putting Burkina Faso in the lead. Burkina Faso going all out once again, but Amra Munifatu to Linda. If you look at how Burkina Faso, their football has evolved, even in the African Cup of Nations that they recently participated, they made it all the way to the semi-finals. That was in the 2021 AFCON. They made it to the semi-finals, and that was when the likes of Kabori, Etrari, all of them ensured that they put their fans in the buoyant and happy mood that they've always yearned to have. So for football, this is not an alien sport to the Burkinabes. It's something they are very good at, even with their teams, their clubs. They've been very vibrant, very active in club competitions. Free kick. Alimata to Salamatu. And Salamatu being poor with her thatches once again. Latifa to strike straight to the arms of Gloria, goalkeeper of Togo. Amra to Idaya. Idaya to Jessica, but Jessica slips, with Burkina Faso with the advantage of getting possession. Burkina Faso, Ajuvi makes amends for her colleague Jessica. Salamatu to Munifatu. Salamatu for Burkina Faso. Good save by Gloria. If this game, looking at how it's panning out to be, if we fail to get goals in the first half, maybe we might be in for a draw at the end of 90 minutes. Because any team that takes the lead, the other will definitely get the equalizer because they are active, they are good. Linda to Congo Adama of Burkina Faso. Ovi of Togo. Tatiana throw in. Throw in. Munifatu with the earlier clearance of Burkina Faso. Free kick given by the referee to Togo, and Jessica was the player that won that advantage for Togo. It's a free kick that Ajovi will take. She goes for goal, not on target, but the attempt was good, looking at the distance involved. Linda to Alimatu. Florentine Akuvi of Togo. Linda wins for Burkina Faso. But the likes of Congo Adama, Salamatu Kunde and Florentine, the formation that has been deployed by the two coaches, all the two technical teams opted for the attacking formation 4-3-3. And these attackers of both teams would have to let us enjoy the game much more than we are doing. They need to create the chances. They need to create the angles favorable to them in order for them to get the goals. Even in football at the Babayara Sports Stadium for Wafu Zone B and the 20 girls tournament. Temporal hold up 25 minutes and it's still goalless. The coaches would have to use this chance to ensure that these girls get their message right. Without that, they can't do much on the field. Pascal of Burkina Faso. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 of Togo, a huge task for them. Nigeria, their national team, the Falconets, they are here at the stadium. After their game, their coach Danjuma didn't allow the team to leave despite the fact that they were tired. He wanted them to stay and watch on because they have a crucial game against Burkina Faso in their next game. So they need to sit and watch on and get to know their opponents better so that when the day of reckoning comes for these two teams to be involved, they wouldn't fumble. They would continue with their excellent performance as they did when they played against Niger. Throw-in. The sense of urgency for Salifu of Togo to ensure that the Burkina Faso are kept at arm's length. 𝗪𝗦𝗙𝗦 to Salamatu, back to 𝗪𝗦𝗙𝗦. Jessica for Togo. But Diana Cynthia Kabori was well positioned to clear the lines for Burkina Faso. But the ball could only go as far as where Salifu is. Munifatu of Burkina Faso. Salamatu to Congo Adama. But since Congo was sluggish in picking up that pass, Tatiana just had to sprawl away from her and get that pass to get her team going. Nice dip of a pass from Congo Adama. She receives the ball back and she has this to sprint forward for. At a point she held her run and that allowed Tatiana to get a head start before her. Linda. Burkina Faso, Salamatu. And it's a goal. Nice transition, great build up by the Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso gets a goal to their credit. And Salamatu wasn't selfish. It started from the effort of Florentine all the way to Salamatu, and that short pass meant that Burkina Faso have finally gotten a goal in the half-hour mark of this game. Munifatu Helbi gets the first goal for Burkina Faso in this tournament. So Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Have a mark. The goal, you might be wondering if it was timed, that it needs to come exactly at the half-hour mark after action. If you look at how Burkina Faso are playing, definitely it tells you that they are so much in full control of the game. Because in 2015, their team managed to reach the second round in the 2015 African Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifying tournament. Free kick to Burkina Faso as a result of the offside. And in 2019, the Burkina Faso Under-20 team equally reached the second round in the first edition of the UNAF Under-20 Women's Tournament. And this year, they had to go through and ensure that they make qualification to this WAFU Under-20 U Girls tournament that Ghana is hosting. So they get a very good start with the first goal through 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 in the 30th minute. And having conceded, that means the front line of Togo, led by Tatiana, Kayaba, and Akuvi. Burkina Faso with this glaring chance to have made it 2 and double their lead. And once again, it's Salamatu who nearly had a second assist in the same game for Burkina Faso. Linda Florentine for Burkina. Nice pass. Gloria saves. Goal kick. And Gloria is asking her teammates to be well positioned, but that kick only went where Burkina Faso could have the chance to make it 2. She wanted the dip, but that would have been a beautiful goal. Naomi Adeli Kabri. She was being pushed, and I said she couldn't get a firm grip and a good touch in order to come up with a wonderful strike to make it 2 for Burkina Faso. Free kick. To Togo. Salifu. Another header from Jessica. Salamatu for Burkina. Great interception from Amra. Amela to Jessica of Togo. Togo on the attack for the first time in 30 minutes. But Fauziatu at a good place. Linda. The performance of Burkina Faso in such tournaments, they are very good starters. They really know how to be very consistent with performance in tournaments. Free kick for a foul on Congo Adama. Ameli was the player that committed the foul. With an expert in such free kicks, the likes of Florentine and Linda and 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, Burkina Faso can get something meaningful out of this free kick. But who would take it? Just a whisker. Nicely done. And 𝗪𝗛𝗙𝗪 was the player that came out with that good and wonderful effort. 35 minutes. Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Jessica, but she runs into traffic, recovers, gets the possession, takes her time, raises her head to see where her teammate is, but the pass was overhead. Fauziatu gathers. Free kick, another one won by Tatiana. This is what she is requested to do. She is playing the central attacking role for Togo. She has 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 and 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to assist her. As we approach the 40th minute, a devastating scene to watch as she is in tears. The rank and file of those that matter in women's football in attendance. Burkina Faso would have something to hold on to in the first half through the goal that was scored by Munifatu in the 30th minute. And that was the assist from Salamatu before Munifatu scored the sublime goal for Burkina Faso. The composure, the calmness to find that slot. Goalkeeper Gloria just had to watch on. She couldn't do anything about it. Another matches that will be taking place for the WAFU Under-20 Girls Cup being held in Ghana, precisely at the 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Sports Stadium. This means that Niger in the next game will play against Burkina Faso and Togo against Nigeria. And that means that Togo need to at least salvage a point in this game to avoid being eliminated in the group stage when they meet Nigeria, who are already on 3 points plus 7 goals. Ghana on Saturday would play against Ivory Coast, and coach Nora Hoptel, the coach of Ghana's Black Queens, at the 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Sports Stadium watching on. Penalty for Burkina Faso for a foul on 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 a chance from the 12 yard to make it 2-0. And the referee brandishes the first yellow card of the game. And who is going to take this? 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 against Gloria. Amivi gets the first yellow card of the game. If it's 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 against Gloria from the 12-yard spot kick to double the lead of Burkina Faso, or miss another to give Togo the hope. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, she gets a chance on the rebound and fails to score again. And Togolese, they celebrate the huge heroics of Gloria. Both the first and the second save neatly done. That was the first, and 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 thought she could make amends from the second, but she missed. So the scoreline still remains Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Tatiana for Togo. The scoreline wasn't doubled. The hopes of Togo is still alive. Tatiana twisting and turning around, and the crowd are cheering her on. Diana of Burkina throw in with just 3 minutes to end the first period of this game. Live telecast of the Wafu Zombie and the 20 girls tournament live on Max TV, kind courtesy of Max Media. Togo playing against Burkina Faso, but it's Burkina who are in the lead. They had a chance to even double it, but 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 missed from the spot kick. Free kick, a handball against Togo's player Amra. So it will be free kick to Burkina Faso at a very advantageous area. She handled the ball in her attempt to clear her lines. These are not pardonable mistakes. Even had it been in the penalty area, it would have been another penalty. So Gloria needs to bring to bear what she did in the last few minutes of saving from the spot kick for Togo. Congo Adama and 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, the two players are behind, but who will take it? 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 does. Another save from Gloria. It was on target though, the effort from 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, but Gloria grabbed it to deny Burkina Faso the second. Salifu. So this would have to be throwing to Burkina Faso because the ball had already crossed and gone out of play. The 45 minutes for the first period has elapsed, awaiting the additional time. Yeah, wins free kick for Togo. And Togo's women's football saw their height being in 2022 when they took part in their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations that was held in Morocco. That was the height of their exploits. So 4 minutes of additional time. 4 minutes for Burkina Faso to double their lead. On the other hand, 4 minutes for Togo to seek parity. Great save by 𝗪𝗪𝗦 of Burkina Faso. Ajuvi had that strike on target. Togo, 𝗪𝗪𝗦 coming out very swiftly, although the flag had gone up. And taking chances for referees to review it later isn't the situation for 𝗪𝗪𝗦. At least there has been some level of delight and intrigue from the two teams. Congo Adama, goal kick. Congo Adama is yet to be on target despite scoring over 5 goals in their friendlies heading into this tournament. Tatiana for Togo. Tatiana to Salifou. Salifou retrieves and comes all the way to Ameli in the heart of midfield for that shoulder and support. Linda. Free kick. 𝗪𝗪𝗦 was fouled by Ameli. And Alimata will take the captain that missed the penalty kick and the chance to ensure that Burkina had a very good cushion. Tatiana manages to find Akuvi, but the referee had to halt play and ensure that the advantage is given to Togo. A narrow lead isn't too much for Togo to try to do something about it in the second half. They get a free kick with just a minute to end the first half. And the third yellow card has been shown to Kabori. Tatiana goes for the ball for Togo. This is obviously from a position that she loves to take it by herself. Kabori 𝗪𝗪𝗦 gets the third yellow card. With the first attempt, the ball had crossed the line. And definitely Tatiana had it right. The referee blows her whistle to end proceedings for the first half in the second game in Group B of the WAFU Under-20 Girls Tournament, currently underway in the Garden City of Ghana. Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. So second half would mean that Togo will need to come and start from the scratch, whereas Burkina Faso continue from the goal that they have gotten. So first half ends Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Munifatou Halbi had the only goal for Burkina. So this is how we started for the second game here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. After the respective renditions of the national anthems, where the pledges, the commitment by these players to die on the pitch for their flag and for their country, dying through getting the results. Following the toss, Togo needed to start from the right in yellow, whereas Burkina had to start from the left in white. The team that looked potent in the early minutes was Togo, but that lasted for only a few minutes as Burkina quickly settled and took the ball rather to the half of the Togolese. The effort of Salifu before 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. And looking at how they had to build from behind and come out with a very good save, with Salamatu failing to get the goal and Linda's attempt been blocked. The free kick taken before Togo clearing their lines. Gloria dealing with the ball that was initially sent by Salamatu, but Salamatu came back strongly with this assist to Munifatou, who found the back of the net to give Burkina Faso the much sought after goal to put them in the lead. And that was the goal scored by Munifatou Halbi for Burkina Faso. After taking the lead, they had this glaring chance to double with that dip from 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. But Gloria, the goalkeeper of Togo, was on top of her game. Tatiana wanted to get the equalizer to the strike, but 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟'𝗦 was good. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 won this penalty, but Alimata failed to double the lead for Burkina Faso. Even with the second attempt, double save by Gloria. After trailing, it meant that Togo had to do things right, but that wasn't fruitful, even with the save that 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟'𝗦 made to deny them from getting that equalizer. And there's 1v1 with 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟'𝗦 doing better. So that's how the teams turned out for the first period So the first half ends. Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Recess for the two teams.
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya anidaso se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo hebra clinic. Oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Ebubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie. Stroke, diabetes, pressure ne yale enkan ne nyina aye entatia case. Wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama. Doctor se fakakra bi beje wa yale sa wo kumase abuakwa agogo.
Hey, catch it! Don't boss you! I don't want anything to go wrong on my baby's day.
Yeah, we pay our warrior.
In fact, what's Shamani Munyam? Sasha, I'm going to wash you, Brawati.
Hey, subhanallah. If it hey, man,
But I'm already wearing a pad. Can I relax? No, my day is ruined, you guys. You don't understand.
Take this.
Everyone is talking about it. It has a super soft cotton feel.
I've lived and lived, but not you, my daughter. This is Reflow's sanitary pads. They are heavy pads, have 4 wings to prevent leakages.
once the reflow senkai, it's up to 10 hours of absorbency. The diapers are what JJ uses.
And one I'm a debua uniano manu na a strong cry.
See.
Everybody knows 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, and if you know 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, it means you know 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about 𝗚𝗛𝗥 Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, you let him talk to you. Who will be careful 𝗚𝗛𝗥?
Chese na me yankasa me period no se problem su wom ntina ma wo ho idea ma me papa chese na nyana sam ketewa na me coin point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro me fire no ene ma won kra mienu kofo kwa na me coin mu a eba tie ne je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko end point o mama nuru a ene ne ho ade a watimi asori anante.
That's 𝗚𝗛𝗥 for you. Hello.
Okay, a free bra would the point what dance. I'm a choir no. Me Joseph Semana Nkoye, and person my main and imagine a sabema. Now, let me fear for the hard in Jarissa.
You heard everything. I have secret. 𝗚𝗛𝗥 is my secret. 𝗚𝗛𝗥 Homeopathic Clinic. I'm free.
So me sorry anopa. And now me say me didn't nafa lady clean see me hunti no. Eni chi a me di sorry efri mpem. Eye sonko. Adwuma mu nso me to make come me ho eye adwuma yie sane yese. And now me say me didn't nafa lady clean. Eni see me ho. So people adwuma. I won't count or the buffet at them. Miss Rachel cry, and now some me the Nafa Lady Clean, and they see me home. Nafa Lady Clean, a feminine hygiene washer, a poor SSC or bar, what he fee, or mra won't think of one idea. Nafa Lady Clean.
Feel confident with Nafa Lady.
This advert has been vetted and
It's halftime here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where Burkina Faso has taken the commanding lead by 1-0. Prince, first half, good for the two teams. Looking at the Togolese and then Burkina Faso, as a match-to-match game, as we are seeing.
First half, I would give credit to both sides. Right from the blast of the referee's whistle, we saw that the Togolese were very cautious in their build-up. They kept the ball to themselves, at least for the better part of the first 2 minutes. The ball was in their own half. Yeah. We were watching the strategy of the Burkinabe, and then they came out. That build-up nearly resulted in a goal. But that was the awakening call also for the Burkinabe team. I think that technically the Burkina showed a lot more technical ability and sense up front with the game, especially when they pick the ball in defense and they go through the middle. You realize that their two fullbacks and the wingers all follow up in attack, so there's width in their game. On one of those marauding runs and a counter run, they managed to control firmly in the 18-yard box, and they saw the first goal. That again for me was something that had been practiced from the training field. They knew exactly what they were doing. After the goal, again, you saw a little technical change tweaked by the Togolese officials. They now decided to employ a lot of the run-ins so that they would catch the Burkinabe on the break and then try and muster in courage. Unfortunately, the lady in the number 12 shirt has not been fed enough for the Togolese. She's very good. Dexterity on her feet was clear and evident the first ball she touched. I've been expecting that at least they will feed her with a lot of the balls so that she can create some space for the Togolese to run at. But all said and done, I think that it's been a 50-50 encounter. They've both had their chances. They've created the opportunities. This obviously has been a far better, exciting game than the first one we saw.
We've seen the Togolese senior national team going as high at the WAFU last season in Morocco, and this is nothing new to the Togolese national team. But looking at the way they conceded in the penalty and the zeal of the goalkeeper, making sure double save, pushing them 1-0 down isn't bad. Second half, what do you expect? And especially, let's talk about the penalty. A goalkeeper saving double save.
Kudos to the goalkeeper. I think she must have read the taker of the penalty kick very well. She went one direction, one position. The goalkeeper went the same way. Saved it the first time. They could not capitalize on the rebound. She was there again to save it. And we've seen a few of those technical mistakes in the game. Breaking the ball when the pass is given to them has not been that perfect. So you realize that when they break the ball, it skids off the shin and then the opponent can get it. But in the second half, I think the trend will follow or will flow just as the first has been. I'm sure the Burkinabe technical team would tell the players to rather relax on the ball. The Togolese are exerting a lot of pressure, and so they may tire out towards the dying embers of the game. And I think Burkina Faso, if they keep their composure, can take advantage of that. But if the tide turns and the Togolese find their feet, Nafisa, we are in for a second half.
First half is equally energetic and then more organized when it comes to the first half. Taking the lead for Burkinabe, does it mean is the done deal for them, or you seeing Togolese coming back? Because they haven't been bad itself, just one or two mistakes that resulted in the goal. And then they made sure that one goal, they go into the recess with one goal. Do you see them coming back in the second half?
Togolese can definitely get back into the game. We've seen some decent moves from them.
A draw?
A draw would be a fair result looking at the standard of the game. But I'm sure they all want to go for a win.
Okay, so we will see how it happens here. Is Burkina Faso and Togo here, and the first half was 1-0 in favor of Burkina Faso. We'll be handing over to Esther to take us through the 45 minutes. Thank you.
Back to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for the second half and the second game in Group B involving Burkina Faso and Togo. The first half ended through the goal that was gotten for Burkina Faso by Munifatou in the 30th minute. That has been the only goal. So if you missed the first half, don't worry much. Join us, let's enjoy the second half together. Togo coming in the second half meant that they would have to ensure that they have well re-strategized and regrouped to avoid conceding further, but rather getting their equalizer and possibly maybe winning the game. So here we go for the second half. Burkina Faso against Togo. Congo Adama of Burkina Faso And since Burkina are playing from left, they are playing from right to left in the second half, it would mean that Togo are rather playing in the second half from the left to right. Adama Congo. A referee says that it should be free kick to Burkina. Although Amra protested her innocence, that she didn't do anything to her, a referee said, my attention was drawn by someone who is there to assist me, and she saw how events unfolded. It should be an advantage for the team that have already gotten a goal in this game. So free kick, and Florentine has decided to allow her captain 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to rather take it for them in their quest to double their lead. Will this be on target? Gloria has been very good in goal post in the first half for Burkina. A goal kick. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, who missed penalty in the first period of the game, was the one who took that free kick. Salamatu to Munifatu, the goal scorer. But why did Naomi hold her run at a point? She wasn't certain that she could at least get to the ball before Gloria. Wafu Zone B. Some matches would be taking place. A different competition being contested by different countries. Host nation Ghana, who are in Group A, Benin and Ivory Coast. All these three teams in Group A. In Group B, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Togo and Niger. The first game has already been played. Nigeria won by 7-0 when they played against Niger at 3 p.m. earlier today. This is the second game for Group B. And if Burkina can hold on with this lead till the end of the game, it would mean they will be in the second position in Group B. Togo, Tatiana. But Fauziatu had a touch on the ball when she came out earlier. Fauziatu making herself big enough with her strength in the air. And when that couldn't pose any threat. Salifu with a corner kick for Togo. Togo! Tatiana with the attempt. Not on target, but has been applauded by her coaches, as they hope that the second one would result in their equalizer. Free kick and the third yellow to Togo. 50 minutes. That was the foul of 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. And Isoso gets the third yellow card of the game. Linda seeking after the warfare of her teammate. It was quite a nasty tackle from Isoso of Togo. But both teams are yet to make substitutions. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 was the player that had the penalty for them in the first half. But unfortunately, 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, the captain of Burkina Faso, missed it. She was there on the verge of doing another one when she was clattered into by Isoso. 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to Congo Adama. Tatiana. Free kick, another one to Burkina. And the Togolese would have to be very cautious with their tackles. Since they are trailing, the worst frustration they can go through at the moment is to get a red card. That would be a double jeopardy for them. Gloria. Linda for Burkina, but Tatiana. Free kick. Tatiana wins. Free kick for Togo. Although the distance is quite wide, surprises can be pulled. Double substitution for Togo. Kwasiwa Novi is coming in to replace Amivi. So that's one of the substitutions being made by the Togolese technical team. Free kick taken. Goal kick to Burkina Faso. Fauziatu lifts it for her captain, 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. Congo to Salamatu, who sprawls away. But Gloria in good position to comfortably deal with it. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to Linda. And another pass in excess, showing too much of it. To Gloria. Another substitution for Togo. Ajovi Wovi comes in to replace Jessica. And that tells you that the Togolese coach is throwing in all his cards, because he has only 30 minutes to get the equalizer and the possible winner. The next game of Togo is against Nigeria, whereas Burkina Faso will take on Niger. So on paper, you would say Burkina Faso might be having 6 points because Niger are yet to fully settle in this tournament. Throw in Salamatu with a swift one to Munifatu, the goal scorer of this game. Lender misses to Amele. Naomi with a strike of target, goal kick. And it was Lender that served Naomi Cabri with a pass. Bovi here commits a foul on Alimata. It is free kick. Alimata was pushed by Bovi. Isoso of Togo, who is already on a yellow card. This time around, she decides to show back and avoid committing the foul. And that meant that she was rather the one who had to be fouled. This competition, which began yesterday, is expected to end on the 3rd of June at the same venue. Fauziatu at the right place for Burkina. On the 3rd of June, a winner would be crowned the champion of this maiden tournament. And since it's maiden, a lot of records have been set before the subsequent one can take place. And one of those records was the hat-trick that Esther Okpeyemi of Nigeria had in their game against Niger. Fauziatu Lender to Florentine, receives the ball. Munifatu, goal kick. But there was a slight touch from Idaya Salifu. So corner kick would be taken by Salamatu of Burkina Faso in the 60th minute. The hour mark in that game. Salamatu with the corner kick. Burkina with a chance to make it to another corner kick. That attempt from Lender took ricochet off Ajovi. The second successive corner, a header saved by Gloria. Goal kick. So all the chances are coming to the Burkina Faso. And Gloria is doing the saves at least to ensure that the scoreline doesn't change for Togo. -60 Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Burkina, Naomi, but no player was there. Burkina with that second follow-up offside. It's offside because Naomi was already in an offside position after her first attempt with a cross that went across the face of goal. She couldn't reposition herself better when the second came because she found herself in that offside position. Linda, Cynthia Kabori to Congo Adama. Amra, Babokina, Alimata. We just $28 more to end the game. Free kick. Monifatu, the goal scorer, wins the free kick for Burkina. Naomi, great turn and a good strike, but Gloria, she has indeed been the savior in the heart of goalpost. But look at that turn from Adama. Adama Congo. Throw in for lack of communication between Idaya Salifu and Isoso. The giveaway throw in at a very good position that Burkina Faso would be happy about. Goal kick. Isoso of Togo is lying on the pitch, looking at the set target of this tournament and looking at how players and different talents have been unearthed in this game. And in this tournament, it would mean that the various national teams of these participating teams would have no problem at all getting players to beef up their respective sides. We saw transition being well practiced by Ghana and Nigeria through the squad that they mentioned. And there you have the president of the Ghana Football Association, 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, who doubles, of course, as the president of Wafu Zone B, together with the chief of staff of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Michael 𝗚𝗥𝗟'𝗦, and then executive council member Fred Achi. All of them here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium to witness this even and wonderful game of football. It's going to be goal kick, a face for Togo. $65 The advantage has been given the way of Burkina. The fourth yellow card of the game shown to Togolese player who is also a substitute, 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 will take this free kick. She goes for the long range one. Ajovi is not pressured as she takes her time to send it out of the penalty area for Togo. 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 with a good first touch. Good interception from Bovi of Togo. Jessica finds 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. It's free kick for a foul on Linda. She has been that dependable retriever in the heart of midfield for Burkina Faso. She had 2 goals in their friendlies. The coach of Burkina Faso, Pascal, is hoping that his girl, the injury that she seems to be limping off at the moment, wouldn't take her off in their subsequent games, because he really needs her to man his midfield. 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦. Kabori. The ball hasn't gone out yet. Idaya for Togo. Emunifatu was just trying to ensure that she keeps and pile that pressure enough for Idaya to commit. Throw in. These teams and these players would be having the chance of joining their senior team in their respective sides, just as we saw in the situation of Ghana, where the likes of 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 had a call-up during Coach 𝗪𝗛𝗥𝗡𝗪's first selection. Kabori. "70 minutes, Burkina Faso 1, Togo 0. Kabori for Burkina. In the next game, Burkina Faso would be playing against Niger, whereas Togo would face Nigeria. In other games, Ivory Coast will play against Ghana and Togo against Niger, together with Nigeria playing against Burkina Faso. And all these games with the exception of Nigeria's game against Burkina Faso on the 23rd at the 𝗪𝗔𝗙𝗦 Stadium. Other games would mean that Ghana, in their next game, with even a draw, they have secured qualification to the semis. Naomi slips. Referee plays the advantage because that wasn't a foul on her. 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦 to Linda. Burkina throw in. The tiring legs of Togo and the 20 women's team is making it difficult for them to even come out of their shell and force a save out of 𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗦. It's been more than 15 minutes that the Togolese have had a shot on target in the second half. You look at how majestically Latifatu is walking towards the throw, the ball, in order to throw it in for affairs to get started. You would really know that they are so much certain, so much optimistic that the score line is going to favor them the most so far as the ambition of progressing out of the group stage is concerned. Offside against Tatiana. This would have been a 1v1. And that could possibly have meant that Tatiana could have gotten the equalizer. And you look at the number of clubs that are in Togo. Ahé FC Women, the likes of Atlanta FC Togo Women, Atlanta FC Believer, Jaber FC Women, Experience Women, and Tempeti Women. They equally have US Amo Women and the Winner Girls FC. All these teams are teams that these players can have the chance of being signed if only they performed better, with the exception of a few of them that already are aligned to clubs. Just as she began in the first half, Naomi Cabri is continuing in the second half, and 𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗦 gets the 5th yellow card of this game. Naomi has proven to be a very tough customer for the defenders. 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟'𝗦 is coming in for Akuvi Deborah. With just 15 minutes to end the game. The day is over. For 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟'𝗦. Gloria has to defend this. She has to be in outer command and top notch in the save as she has done earlier in this game for them. Off target, goal kick. Congo Adama. Her ambition wasn't fruitful. Goal kick. Naomi Cabri Naomi once again, but she runs into traffic. Tatiana. The throw in to Burkina Faso. Togo have a very vibrant women's league. Since they started in 2000, that is 23 years ago, they've had at least 16 teams participating in their league, whereas Ghana has 20. And the recently introduced CAF Women's Champions League in 2021, Togo had most of their clubs represented. The current champion of their league, 𝗚𝗛𝗥𝗟'𝗦, have 3 players in this final list. That have made it to the WAFU Under-20 girls tournament being held in Ghana. Burkina have one of their players down, and the player has already removed her boots. Congo Adama. Reminds me of some of those antics being made by players. The stretcher was brought, but she's back on her feet, and the referee has already spotted that it's one of those usual antics. She easily tells her to get off the field and get dressed properly before coming back on the pitch. Just 12 minutes to end this game. A defeat wouldn't look good for Togo. They were seeking to have a good standing before this game commenced, having seen how very excellent the Nigerians were, and going to face them next in their second game. They needed to face them at least with a point. Monifatu, she stopped easily by Amra. Alimata to Monifatu, the lady who had the goal. Florentine, goal kick. So this means that Burkina Faso haven't made any change at all in this game. As we approach the 80th minute of the game. Whereas the Togolese Women's League was introduced in the year 2000, the Burkina Faso Women's Championship, on the other hand, was introduced. Burkina Faso, Naomi. One v1, but she missed. She wanted to have a dip on the ball, but it went in a different direction. The Burkina Faso Women's Championship introduced 2002, that is 21 years ago. For them, unlike Ghana's 20 and Togo's 16, Burkina Faso have 14 teams competing. Burkina Faso with a chance to make it 3. Naomi once again, she misses just a whisker. That could have been 2 goals in less than 2 minutes for Naomi. She always gets herself in goal scoring positions. Amra had to intercept through that deflection for it to be corner kick. Another corner kick, and Ajovi nearly scored an own goal. The first miscue for Idaya and the second for Majovi. Linda, free kick. Free kick to Burkina Faso. These two teams have rich history in women's football. They have very active leagues. Their leagues have been producing great champions. Burkina also had reps in the maiden edition of the CAF Women's Champions League. But if you look at the year that their league was introduced in 2002, they had their maiden inaugural champions to be Princesses FC du Kadiogo. And this name Kadiogo does rhyme a lot in Ghana's football space. Free kick to Burkina Faso. Alimata, she scores. What a standing goal. She makes amends for having missed the penalty. Look at the explosion of joy from their technical team. They ran onto the pitch. Well taken free kick. And Alimata, having failed from scoring from the 12-yard, scored for Burkina Faso to make it to finally they have a secured lead. Alimata makes it to. She is very delighted. She knows that this is a huge relief on her shoulders. As the captain, she took on the responsibility of taking that penalty, but she missed. But to have gotten the second chance of making amends means that she would be a happy soul. The most happiest of the players on the pitch today. Burkina Faso 2, Togo 0. With just 6 minutes to end games for the opening matches in Group B. And Alimata Belem, who just scored, is a player of Gazelles FC du Kadiogo in Burkina Faso. This is a team that has gotten their most decorated female team to be Columbus FC, who have won the Women's Championship in 2014, 2015. They won it in 2016, 2017, 2018, and they equally won it again in 2021 and 2022. Five minutes on the dot. Even with the first goal that Togo conceded in the 30th minute in the first half, they really struggled and fought hard to at least get the equalizer, but it wasn't fruitful. Congo Amra with the possession for Togo. Idaya goes to the ground. With just 4 minutes on the dot to end the game. Wafu Zone B Girls Tournament. 7 countries competing for the Converter Trophy. Alimata to Fauzia to her goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper gives it back to the captain, Alimata. Fauzia to Gathers with just 3 minutes to end this game. Throw into Burkina. They haven't made any change in this game. The players that started, all of them have maintained their respective positions. And the coach, Pascal, is happy with their performance. They haven't shown any sign of fatigue at all. Florentine. She receives the ball back. Congo Adama. Gloria. Alimata. She sent it to her goalkeeper Fauzia too. A live telecast made possible on your screens by IMAX Media. They've gotten the goals already. Florentine to Naomi, good control, but Florentine was in an offside position. They have really done the job. And this is where at the dressing room, the first statement or word from their coach would be merci. Très bien, for a great job done. That will be the first message of Pascal, the coach of Burkina Faso, to his girls. So Group A, this is how the group would look like. For Group A, as it stands, Ghana is already leading with 3 points and 3 goals. Ivory Coast second. Benin third in Group A. And looking at the scoreline that we've gotten in Group B's second game, it would mean that Nigeria will lead Group. It will be 4 minutes of additional time. It's 4 minutes to end the game. In Group B, this is how the standings would look like. Nigeria first with 3 points plus 7 goals. Burkina Faso to follow second with 3 points plus 2 goals. Togo will be third without any points, -2 goals, whereas Niger will be fourth in Group B without any points, -7 goals. Burkina Faso have a player being stretched off in the 90th minute of the game. So Burkina are temporarily down to 10 girls on the pitch. Togo would have the advantage in terms of the numbers. And the player that was stretched off was Diana Cynthia Kabori of Burkina Faso. Idaya heads it off to safety for Togo, who started quite on a good note, but they weren't consistent. Burkina Faso, who settled later in the game, rather had the goal, and they've gotten another one to make it double in the second half. Naomi on the run for Burkina. Miscommunication. And safety starts off first by Ajovi. Gloria had already committed when she came out, but because they couldn't communicate efficiently with her, they had to clear off to the nearest, safest area. Corner kick for Burkina. Cleared away as far as where Iyakovi is, with just 30 seconds to end the game. So that means that Burkina Faso have made only one change in the entire 90 minutes game. They have made only one change, and that is a change that is seeing Congo Adama leaving the pitch for Daniela to come in. Referee might blow her whistle any moment from now to end affairs. Good day at the office, good results for Burkina Faso. Bad day at the office, poor results for Togo. The 4 minutes of additional time has elapsed already. Fauzia 2 of Burkina Faso takes the kick. All eyes are on the referee because the time is up. Togo with the last moment to at least string some of those passes together that they failed to do in the entire 90 minutes of the game. Linda to Naomi. Naomi finds Florentine. It's all over here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for match Day 2 of the Wafu Zombie Under 20 Girls Tournament underway in Kumasi. Burkina Faso 2, Togo 0. Good results for the Burkina Base.
So, Miss Sorry,